baby, won't you sail with me out on the rolling sea? We'll find some place to go, maybe down to Barbados. It's an island off somewhere in the middle of nowhere, sailing to freedom, you and me.
Right, so after being left a little bit speechless from the Yabbies video.
So here we have some Yabbies, all cribbly and alive. And I'm now gonna taste one.
It's so big. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
it's still moving. Oh my god, no. We are now going to watch the lightning strike of Peter's boat. I think I'm more nervous for this one.
I'm more nervous for this one. I don't know why, but...
Okay, right, let's start it now. The fact that this is all...
At less than 12 seconds in, and Scarlett is shocked. I don't think Natalie was paying attention at all.
So real.
Whoa, there we go. Priceless. Both have got it now. We have to show the girls what has happened in the past on Sailing into Freedom. You know, full disclosure and all that rubbish.
Oh my gosh. Did you just see that?
How did he get that on camera?
Scarlett hasn't quite recovered, but Natalie is already thinking.
The first two lightning bolts vaporise most of the masthead and create this cloud.
That's insane. I've never seen that happen before.
Molten pieces of metal fly down onto the deck. The third and fourth lightning bolts finish the job, but now I'm in big trouble. It's just a relief, people. You know, you get that sick feeling in the pit of your stomach.
It makes me feel ill.
I mean, we're all good.
Oh
This was the
no.
build job.
Oh
This was the
no.
build job.
I mean, that's like worst
Anyway,
nightmare.
pumping,
It's
pumping,
really
thinking,
scary.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Check out that, people. A river in my boat. Go fishing. The bilge pump, it wasn't keeping up with it, so I've...
That's so scary.
Rhea couldn't take all
Yeah.
the water going out, so now the fresh water is going out the hatch. But we're under control. The water level is going down. What?
No. I mean, what would you, like, what, in a situation like this,
Rising again.
at least all we can say is
Batteries were almost
he has experience.
Yeah, the experience.
He's got previous experience handling a situation.
Learn from the best.
Yeah.
I went to turn on the motor.
He's so cool though. He's so
Then
calm
the
and
water will
collected.
change.
Cool, calm and collected? It didn't feel like it. I'm not sure what my face looked like exactly for the next few hours, but I reckon this face is probably close.
The situation is this. I reckon I got about 10 or 15 minutes before the bilge starts to overflow. So in my mind, there was only one thing to do. I had to go in, find the hole and plug it because it was only going to
This is
get
when I would
worse.
chuck you in
Yeah.
first.
This is the question he asked us in the interview.
Yeah.
Like, is it where you're going to chuck me in first with
I'll
all the
chuck you in,
shots?
I'll hold the line, you can figure out what's going on, and I'll rescue you if you need me.
Okay, thank you.
I've got your back.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Now that's a big hole.
Oh,
but I reckon a couple
wow.
of plastic bags shoved under the flap ought to do the trick.
I was expecting it to be small.
This anchorage here is plenty
Getting wider. Top stuff, well done.
of sharks wanting an easy meal. With any luck, I won't be on the menu. But I really can't worry about that right
Holy
now.
shit.
Job to do.
He wasn't lying.
I said I don't mind swimming with sharks, but maybe in a cage if there's that many in the dark.
But like,
What's
that's,
it filling it? Plastic bags?
yeah.
Fair play. And a torch. At least he's got a torch.
Maybe Peter's a cat because he's had way more than 9 lives.
I can't believe how big the hole is from the lightning.
Another shark. With all the noise and light, I'm becoming quite popular.
How would you feel in that situation?
I mean, the thing is,
This is
if you
special
don't
tape
do
that
it,
sticks to wet
you're gonna-
Worst
surfaces.
things.
yeah.
I'm here, I may as well do the best seal that I can.
What an experience. I know it's not necessarily a great experience, but what a great
What an
learning.
experience.
Yeah, but what a learning
I've run
curve,
some of the
like,
slime on the boat for the tape to stick better.
fair play.
This is like the improvise, adapt, overcome. Some things cannot be taught.
You just have to wing it.
I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. Maybe I hold the torch and you go in.
No, maybe we both held the torch and someone else goes
You two go in.
Maybe if we went in together and one of us held the torch and one of us did it. And then we could fight off the sharks.
Yeah.
I've heard if you hit them on the nose, that's it, they've gone.
Hopefully it doesn't even come to that.
But it doesn't matter. I don't
When it's
have to go
dark as
back
well.
in. I'm really keen to see how little water is coming in because, I mean, it can't be much.
Imagine having to do that on
So
your
I
own.
dump the gear, I come back in, lift the engine hatch. It's like I did nothing. It's still pouring in.
Oh no.
It's the same amount coming in. And the bilge is filling, and I'm going, bilge handle, manual bilge pump, start pumping. It's got to be another hole. I mean,
No.
I don't know about you good people, but Scarlett has some excellent facial expressions. Although we may need to buy a wide mouth snorkel for her in the water, otherwise she might drown.
get the gear together, I got another plastic bag. There's already another plastic bag in the boat still, and went in. Big breath, did 2 circuits. Nothing.
How long can
Clean.
you hold your
No
breath
hole
for?
at all.
I don't think I could
This
do
can't
that
be
long.
right. This is becoming a puzzle. This is crazy.
Could be
Get in,
anywhere.
doesn't matter. Bilge pump handle, manual bilge pump, and think. We had an explosion down below. Maybe there's an explosion at the top. Newton's third law. To every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. High school physics, people. It's good to pay attention. So, it's actually under the box where my feet are hanging on. Lift up the box. The water, believe it or not, it looked like it was materializing out of nothing. It was pooled underneath the bellows of the PSS shaft seal, and it looked like it was just coming from the pool. And I can see into the pool. There's no hole to the bottom, or there's no hole that I can see the water coming from. It's like a vortex from hell. But I shoved my hand in, and it wasn't coming from the water, it was coming from the underside of the bellows, and it had a big friggin' hole in it. Problem solved. I put my hand on it, stopped it, and then started thinking. And thinking and thinking. The bilge had filled up a bit, but I'm still thinking. It's only dribbling now. And I'm going to get this right. I haven't got much right tonight, but I'm going to get this right. And this is what I did. Once I got it on, and I started screwing them up, the drips almost disappeared. In fact,
bloody hell.
we got about 3 or 4 drips a
That was
minute,
intense.
which is about 1 or 2 litres an hour. Much better than 3,000 litres an hour. Problem is solved.
Jesus Christ.
You hear that, people? Nothing. Silence. The
Silence.
bilge alarm stopped about 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
What a lovely sound.
So that's
This
so
is where
stressful.
I spent the greater part of
well done,
this
Peter.
early morning. There's the bilge
Yeah,
pump.
smashed it.
Him and me are buddies.
The wrong choice of words.
We're going to call it Bob because it saved us. And Bob saved us before too. The problem has been solved.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well done. Jesus
That
Christ.
got my heart going.
Yeah,
I was
no, that
stressed
was
just
really
watching
scary.
this.
It was the sharks, like seeing sharks
Yeah.
in the
So close
darkness
as well.
just go by, and you can't not go into the water.
Imagine
It
like
is a bit
turning
nerve-wracking.
around and it being there.
Yeah, that's why you need to be in there. to
No.
punch you in the nose.
gosh.
Well, I guess moral of the story is always have plastic bags on board,
Yeah.
and
And a handyman.
and if you don't need the plastic bags, they come in handy as a little sick bag, like ours.
Yeah.
Well, luckily we weren't sick,
Yes.
but I was close to gagging with that little guppy.
Ooh,
So I don't know.
fair play, well
Um,
done.
But yeah, I mean, I need to go and take a long walk now, and
Think about
we
everything.
need to I think it's kind of just dawns on me
Things that can happen.
yeah.
But it is interesting and it's a learning curve. Every day is a school day.
God, your way of thinking is just
But it is, you don't know when it's going to happen, and you just got to adapt to it. Like, he wasn't expecting his boat to be struck by lightning.
No.
But you just jump into gear and figure it out. And if there's a few of us on board, like if there's a few people on board, you can all work together on your own. I don't know how you've done it on your own. Like that is crazy. But well done, you've done it.
Okay. Well done.
So what do you think of the possible future crew? Put it in the comments. Here are a few screenshots that are interesting, but don't judge too harshly, good people. This was likely my face for about 3 hours on that very early morning.
Bye-bye for now.
G'day good people, the Gofundme campaign is in its 31st week and we have finally exceeded 75% of our way to goal. Hallelujah! Who are we going to honour on the Champions column of the Column of Heroes this week? Well, their names are already up on the boat. They are Captain Asparagus for the 13th time, Ian Colquhoun for the 9th time, and long-time PayPal supporter Mark Lapierre for the 18th time. We also have David Ladd for the 3rd time, going up onto the Column of Heroes. So who's going to be drawn up on the boat this week? We have Jason Harris for the 2nd time, Larry Edwards, Nick Coos, Susan Banks, and Matthew Shoup. Thank you to all of you. There's so much on, it's not funny. The welders have come back to my boat. I've got 2 more welders coming next week, so I've got to be Johnny on the spot and make sure I get everything drawn on the deck so they know what to do. And basically because it's not in the detail, I am the detail. So I'm going to have to go, right, so I want it done like this. See this magic marker spot? We've got to cut that, we've got to put in a 20mm shell plate, and we've got to reinforce all the winches, all the clutches, the spin lock organisers, the deck organisers. I'm actually thinking with the deck organiser, can you see they're still having heaps of fun. Got to join in, people. I mean, I'm not criticising them. They get out, these 70, 80, 90-year-olds get out socialising and, doing some physical jerks. It's bloody good. But it will go on a bit late. I really would like to get some sleep, and they're going to be back at 4:55 a.m. in the morning too. Trying to keep a clean cockpit ceiling inside the saloon. Sorry, not cockpit. Clean saloon ceiling inside the cabin. So with the deck organiser, I'm actually thinking I'm going to countersunk, because it's only 3mm plate. So I'm thinking of getting 20mm and putting it to the same shape as the base of the deck organisers, and just simply tapping in that. So I won't actually have access to do bolts, nuts underneath. Now I think that's okay because it's the forces on the deck organisers are all across, so it's shearing. So provided we got tapped enough, I think it'll be fine. In fact, the Sparcraft blocks I've been supplied at the base of the mast, which is literally pulling the blocks out of the mast base, are all tapped. Because that's the only opportunity they've given me. They've got a mast base and they've said these are the things, so I can't do it, and I have no access. And because the roof's slanted, it's going to be a pain in the ass. So, and it's quite deep, so they have to be tapped. So that's all got to go in and all design, and the welder's got to know, and so I've got to be Johnny on the spot with that. We got lugs going in everywhere. Here's an interesting thing. We're going to actually have lifting lugs on the boat. We've got a massive one going in the second back stair in the underneath the hatch. So we literally lift the boat out with the lugs. So I'm going to have silicone anti-foul, and so I don't want to use slings because slings can tear it, because it's quite delicate. I think it's a great idea. I don't know if it's the greatest idea. I haven't done it before. I know Delos did it, but they left I think from what I remember is they put the silicone on, or Hempel, I don't know, it's the alternative brand, and then they left their boat for 6 weeks or 2 months, and it says in the thing you've got to wipe it down every couple of weeks. I don't actually mind doing it. Here's how to do a very, very quick rub down. Put on a wetsuit. If not, put on 2. Put on a springy and a surf wetsuit, full, or a dive wetsuit. And so you're buoyant. And then you get a rough towel. This is after a week, right? And so it's not, you don't really have to scrub. It's just a one wipe run. And then you dive upside down, and because you're buoyant, it presses you against underneath the hull, and you just simply cup the hull like this and you swim. And your pressure keeps the pressure out in there and you wipe the hull. It's easy to, it takes like 10 minutes. You get one person on each hull, take you 10 minutes in the middle of the ocean. Just enough time for a nice shark to come around and go, oh, there's someone, and then you hop out. See, top stuff. It's all in the program. So what else have we got on? We got problems with our solar panels. Got to redesign the davits. They've got to be done. Bart is very worried about me. He's trying to maximise the solar panels because he doesn't want me to get me into trouble. But the solar panels are actually sticking like 1/2 metre out from behind the boat. It's too large, so we're going to have to cut them back, which is still bigger than what I had originally designed for. So that's all got to be redone. And we've got the sailmaker come back, and I'll introduce the sailmaker to you. We got a good price. We're not sponsored. I've got to put the tracks. Now, I'm not actually having tracks because we're saving money everywhere. So I'm just going to have an aluminium little rail with holes every 100 or 150, and I'll just put in a block, and that'll be our track. We had, Bart cleverly designed the solar panels to maximise the saloon roof, but then the sailmaker came back and said he wants the track right in the middle of the sail, in the solar panel. So we're losing at least 2 panels, and the other panels we're actually raising, so we're going to have the deck organised underneath to get it back to the helm. So, which some people are going, oh, that's a bad idea. Well, we've got no choice. We need to maximise it because solar will save us in some situations. So we need everything we can get. I'm even thinking of putting in a wind generator pipe. We can't afford a wind generator, but we'll get the pipe in. It's not going to be a fancy paint job. It's going to be the bare minimum, just to stop our feet going black, because your feet go black with aluminium oxide. We'll do the hull, where it's going to have the silicone on it, and the water collection on the top, and the deck. That's a bit of an update. Didn't have a chance to film running around literally like a headless chook. I got to get to bed. It's like 9:30 or 10 now. I was so tired at 7. I should have gone to bed then. Trouble is, I go to bed at 7. I'm up at like 9:30. Oh yeah, what I did want to mention is the sad news. Some people don't know. I've now lost 2 girls from my boat after they left my boat. It's very, very sad. Lulu, as you can see here, she was so full of life. I mean, vivacious, strong, like really, she was one of the few people I've seen do 20 push-ups, guy push-ups. Super strong, super fit. She was into hiking and outdoor and everything. So it's sad to see such a wonderful character. I'm not going to go into too much details, it's absolutely horrific. But I know with her strength, I don't know if I'm pushing the line here, but I've got to say she would have fought to the death, and I think with her horrific injuries, she probably did. And it took 4 guys to overcome her. Such cowardly, absolute, I mean, don't get me started, and just stupid people. I mean, I can't believe how much stupidity is in the world. Left his wallet or ID in her tent, and they just picked them up straight away. They all got sentenced, I think, out of the 4 of them. I mean, there was a whole heap of them, but out of the 4 perpetrators, 3 of them got the death sentence, and 1 got, a huge sentence, and they all appealed. And the judge went, oh, hang on, yeah, no, you 4th one, you go to die too. So good on you, judge. Rest in peace, Lulu. Now, the other girl that died was Naomi. Again, full of life, vivacious, beyond personality plus. Excellent breath hold. I don't know what happened. It might have been something other physically wrong with her, and it incapacitated her, and then she drowned. No one knows. I mean, she died on the other side of the world in Panama, so, it's a tourist, and I don't know if they gave the investigation the full weight.
Buongiorno!
There's wind, people, and when there's wind, what do?
We go sailing!
Well, sometimes. I could have found hours and hours going through the videos, finding Naomi being Naomi, bursting with life and happiness and joy. What a wonderful person. It is just so sad her life was taken away at such a young age.